Hello, it is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019, and the public service announcement's right here on this piece of paper. It says, do not waste your time watching this unless you have a very specific reason to. In other words, just like it says, unless you have a very specific reason to watch this video, it's probably a waste of your time and it'd be better served somewhere else. For those that do have a specific reason, I guess the YouTube application on some, like an iPad or an iPhone or whatever, up here is three dots, up there somewhere. Three dots. You press those three dots, there'll be video playback speed or something like that. You can make this go twice as fast. So, and also down here, if you're just watching it through a browser, you blow it up within the browser, and there's a little gear thing down there. You press the gear thing. You can have playback speed, and you can do it twice as fast. Highly recommended doing this twice as fast. Then we can talk like this. Then I can talk like that, and no one can understand me. Okay, this is upper one of this week. Going to go through the process, if I can remember it real quick. It's going to be a warm-up, then it's going to be the exercises. There's 5 exercises. The warm-up consists of 6 different things. The first thing is pull-ups, chin-ups specifically, in the shape of an L. You make your body in the shape of an L, and you do 3 chin-ups, and then you do 4 glide downs, which is just like a chin-up, but without the up part. It's just gliding down kind of slow. Hopefully I'll try to do it super slow on this one. Not super slow, but maybe as much as 7 seconds on the way down. Then there's inverted sit-ups, which is hanging upside down and doing a sit-up. There'll be like 7 of those. Then the second half of the warm-up has 13 push-ups, 7 air squats, and 6 bends. Now, for the actual script that has been written out, because it's freshly in my mind, of the actual exercises. Shoulder press machine. You could substitute just dumbbells for shoulder press. That's the same thing. Pretty much. In some ways it's better, but I like my shoulder press machine. That's going to be 3 sets, starting with your heaviest set that you can do 6 with, and then it's down a little bit, doing 8, down a little bit, doing 10. The next exercise from that is lat pull downs. It's kind of like a chin-up, actually, but it's with the machine, and you're going to do 2 sets, the highest weight, or roughly high weight that you can do about 8 with, and then the second set is a little bit lesser, and a set of 10. The third exercise is kind of a medley. It's focusing on the triceps, hitting it from 3 different kind of angles. First part of that is dips. Going to try about 6, 7 dips. After that, there is tricep kickbacks, and that should be, because I'm using a real lightweight, I'm going to go for 13. It just feels right to do it that way. I can't explain it any different than that. It's something I used to do, and still feels right. Maybe I'm falling into old bad habits, but hey, it's getting done. And then the third one, the third exercise, the third part of the third exercise, focusing on triceps, the tricep medley, is skull crushers, standing skull crushers. Then again, doing lightweight, doing a set of 13 there. I might up the weight, but I've noticed with the skull crushers, if the thing's too big, it kind of gets weird with the actual motion of the exercise. So if I do end up buying smaller weights of higher weight themselves, I might start throwing that in there and maybe reduce it down to a lower set of repetitions. Fourth exercise. This being upper, there's still some upper body stuff going on. So we paid attention to the triceps. We're going to pay attention to the biceps. The biceps, real simple, incline curls. 2 sets, a set of 8, set of 10. You're going to lower the weight on the set of 10 a little bit, not by much. Then ending it out, lateral raises. Good old lateral raises, raising things from the side. Lightweight, set of 15. then 4 sets of 5 after that. And then we are done. How long did that take me to explain that? Entirely too long. Wow. All right, let's get started with the warm-up. Oh, music's probably a good idea too. This might have been the same thing I played the other day, right? Anyway. L-shaped chin-ups. Just 3. Alright. Felt that one. I hope my legs kept straight because it seems like my legs are never getting straight. Glide downs. Doing it slow is a little bit different. Let's keep going. Oh, that's a special feeling. This warm-up's not too much for me. That was a fun warm-up. A fun first half of the warm-up. Here comes the second half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, I have not lately been feeling this, but gonna push through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the warm-up. I already dialed up the weights. Probably won't be able to see too well in here. It smells like somebody outside was cooking barbecue. All right. Oh yeah. This is going to be a voiceover part apparently. Not a lot of light in here. I think for the price of $3, I'm going to get 3 more mini lanterns. It's going to make some... I mean, it does say it's 100 lumens. 100 lumens right there. That seems like a horrible spot to put this, but that's where it's going to go. All right, I already preset the weight. Good thing about this workout, it's an excuse to do a breathing exercise before every set. So we're going to do that right now. All right. That's a feeling. Set of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why does this feel so much tougher today? All right, that is officially my last complaint about me putting myself through this. I am thankful to have a body that it seems healthy, as far as I can tell. It is healthy. You never quite know, but I'm gonna be thankful I can push through this. I'm gonna be thankful that no one's forcing me to do this. Also gonna be thankful that this is gonna lead to a longer and healthier life and happier. So a lot of good things are happening here. Putting in a little bit of work for what I believe is going to be a nice long-term payoff. So change up the weight a little bit. I think I did 6 there. Oh, I did. Next set is going to be a set of 8. Okay. A little bit of a breath exercise, and then we get back into it. Set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch it up and then breathe. So, I also have to thank you for watching this, even if you're nobody at all. I'm just thankful that this gives me a reason to hold myself accountable. Who knows? I was tempted not to do this today. I was tempted to take a week off. Hey, it's near a holiday. I'm not going to do anything too special for the holiday. Just thinking about trying to score a little bit of extra work. But as far as I know, that hasn't fully panned out yet. But whichever way it goes, I'll figure out a way to be happy. There's good advantages to it. Obviously, advantage 1, you get paid. And if it doesn't fall through, I get some time to relax. Anyway, so yeah, accountability. So thank you, camera and idea for accountability. I was wrong. It makes a difference. Okay, breathing exercise, and then we're on with our third set, which will be a set of 10. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it for that exercise. All right, we are through the first of 5 different exercises, even though 3 is really 3 exercises, but we're calling that a medley, calling that one distinct deal. It just feels better mentally to call it 5 exercises. Really just focus on. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna put that up here. See if this is a good spot for this. I hope it is. A little bit of breathing. I already got this dialed in. Lat pull downs. Just taking, if you can't see it, this bar going down. Maybe that's not even in the frame. Yeah, I gotta probably move the camera a little bit. There that is. All right. So this bar right here, cable bar, this is going down and then up. I'm sitting down right here. That's what's happening. Whew. A little bit of sweat. Eyebrows are good for keeping sweat from going into your eyes. A friend of mine a long time ago said, try a hat or some sort of rag type thing or whatever I have on my head. and works a little bit better. Although, you gotta kind of feel it and see where the sweat goes. You can feel that sweat seeping into it. It's just kind of strange. All right. Before I sweat too much, I'm gonna sit back, feel all the goodness of doing this after a breath exercise. Almost didn't get the breath exercise in. Set of 8. I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I so wish I could reach from here in the sitting position right here and change the weight. But nope. Get off the machine. Get out of the comfy seat, which is not terribly comfy. Go down there. Grab the pin. Pull the pin. And push it into a slightly lighter weight. This slightly lighter weight will be good for 10 repetitions. Then we're out of, then dips. Then we're out of here. After the dips. Those dips. I kind of like this feeling. I'm getting a little bit almost like punch drunk. It's just, wow. It's not terrible. Oh goodness, I just banged my knee against that thing. That felt interesting. Woo. All right. A little bit of breathing. I'm gonna try the whistling thing again, so if you want to, you can follow along. Obviously the whistle, well, maybe not so obviously. Whistle's taking place on the exhale. That seems like the right amount of breathing. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit of momentum in there. All right. Let's move this to a different spot. And also move the camera to a slightly different spot. All sorts of fun going on here. Alright. This video will win 0 cinematography awards. It will win my personal made-up accountability reward right now. Personal accountability. It's a wonderful thing. Alright. Whew. A little bit of breathing, and then before any too much delay, a set of 6 or 7 dips. Just one set, nothing to worry about. All right. Just wiping my face off a little bit. Sweat should be getting soaked up, but sometimes it doesn't get fully soaked up. Make sure my hands aren't too slippery. Wiped off the handles there. Seems like a good place to go. And on with the going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, not terrible. Ooh, feel that in that one spot. Keeps on hitting, flaring up on my back, left side. I think the lat pull downs start that up. There's also the lat push downs, which I really feel it sometimes. But it's just a dull ache. I think it's possibly a slight muscle tear, slight, that happened a month or 2 ago. Not a true injury. You wouldn't feel it unless you're actually working it out. But, or you feel it sometimes at night, or in the morning when you wake up, or you do a weird move trying to buckle your seatbelt. But, for the most part, you don't notice it, and it takes its time healing. Whew. There we go. Let's have some fun. All right. Yeah, that seems like a good spot. Oh. All right, these are just tricep kickbacks. After a wipe down and a breathing exercise. Whew. Sweaty. All right. We got these two. We're ready to do it. Breath exercise first, though. I always forget. Set of 13. Try to keep my elbows kind of close to my body. If I went with the bigger weight, besides being more difficult and doing less reps, couldn't keep those elbows in for that really good form. I think it makes some difference, I'm not exactly sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A little bit of breathing. Choke down on it. Skull crushers. I'm gonna go wide stance on this. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Form on that was probably terrible. At this point, I'm just trying to push through to the end. Trying to enjoy the process a little bit. Music's actually helping. Did notice that as soon as I came in here. Music does help. So that, we're on the 4th exercise now. Incline curls. First, a good bit of breathing. That's the thing about breathing fast. Feels like it dries out your nose, dries out your throat, dries out your mouth, just dries stuff out. And it makes sense. You gotta swallow, keep everything moist, I guess. Been doing a little bit of research on dry fasting. I don't think I'm gonna try it. Imagine my lips all cracked and broken. I mean, no one would really be able to tell, but I would feel it. I don't like that feeling. I already pre-dialed these in for this exercise, so don't even need to double check. Set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna lower the weight as soon as I can stand up. Do a breath exercise. Do a set of 10. This song activates my thinking. I should probably shut up about my thinking. I should probably not listen to the song while working out. But then this song just activates my sense of worthlessness now. Disappointment in myself and maybe others. But I like it nonetheless. I really do like it. Should breathe a little bit. Cheek itched. Thank you, dumbbell. You are so helpful. Always when I need you, you're there. Thank you. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we are done with incline curls. It feels good to be done with incline curls. This is a very happy moment for me. I'm just going to take it in and sink in. Let it reverberate. Let it sink in. Feel the goodness. Only one exercise left in 5 sets. But there's some goodness about it. As long as I don't try to do the bounce, it's a good exercise. But the bounce is even better, but I don't know if I can handle that right now. Yes, I'm sorry, this is a lackluster workout. Although, probably watching it, it just looks the same. But to me, subjectively, it feels very lackluster. It doesn't feel like I've been pushing myself too hard lately. Although, it feels like I have too. On paper, the numbers aren't showing it, but physically, it just feels like I have. So maybe there's a good metamorphosis in there. But I'm sticking to the original idea, sticking to the script, which is part of the original idea. 2 years of basically that workout 3 days a week. Well, that workout specifically 1 day a week, but 3 different, very basic strength training workouts. Once a week for each of them. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or like last week, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, which was interesting. Thank goodness it's Tuesday. Thank goodness this first one's getting done. There was a slight possibility it wasn't going to happen. But I took a nap right before. Maybe that's something. Nah, I've done it waking up from a nap, and sometimes I've been supercharged. Don't know. Not going to ruminate on it. The only thing that matters to me is I just keep on progressing. I'm not so worried about the speed of it, obviously. There's a lot of sweat on there. I know, it's like gym habits. Habits from the gym. $30. It's a little bit wobbly, but for $30, and I can't tell you how many times I've just sat there when not working out, when waiting to leave, like I have to leave at a specific time. I know I gotta kill a little bit of time before I leave. Sit here, mess around with my phone. Life's pretty good like that. I'm gonna switch up the frame again. That's probably more than enough. Let's get this angle. See what that's like. Little changes. Okay. Something that I've always wanted to try to get on video. Oh, that actually showed out real well. It doesn't work that good most of the time. Let's try it the other side. Get a little ambidextrous with it. Oh, that's what usually happens. Let's see here. Alright. Enough of that silliness. Literally, these are the trusty rusty weights. There is rust on these things. In weird spots too, but it still functions, it can still change. It's, as long as I don't mess with the plastic holder for it, lifts pretty good. A little bit of breathing. Okay. gonna be set of 15. 1. Good elbow bend right there. Feels a little weird without the elbow bend, and I know the elbow bend makes it easier. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, I almost went to go lighten up the weights or something. No, it's gonna stay at the same thing. Not much of a breathing exercise. Just gonna go for a set of 5. Might as well just do it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, gonna wait a little bit. Then go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Gonna wait a little bit more. Then it's gonna be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's feeling all right. It's not terrible. I'm not dying. I'm not passing out. Getting a little loopy. Then it's going to be another set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is that. Woo! Somehow, one of those little plates moved places. Couldn't put the plate back in. All right, we're done. The script is right there, and it is good. To end this out, I think it's time we do some major breathing. I'm gonna do a big breathing exercise. It's gonna be a set. Get some more batteries for this just in case. Oil up the joints. Feeling a little bit in my joints, just a tiny bit. Make sure I can still touch my shoulders. Don't want anything to get too inflamed, especially your joints. So it's good. I didn't try to push the heaviness with that. I think my joints are getting stronger, but had to backtrack in the weight a little while ago, at least with upper 2. Upper 1, it's been a gradual backtracking. I looked a couple months ago, I was actually doing more. I think the end of April, I pushed highest weight. I think it was then, I don't know. But anyway, went through the script a little bit today for a few minutes while writing this out. And weird stuff. Backtracked on a whole bunch of different things. Got to see my edges. Didn't like go into my edges that much. This is more about consistency. It's not so much about intensity. Like I said, every time I think I know myself a little bit, and I see those edges, and I sometimes get a hunger for them. I want to get to my edges, keep pushing my edges, keep pushing my limit, keep pushing my flight envelope, and injury. Now I know technically when you're working out you're injuring yourself anyway, but injury beyond the point of like, oh, I can work out in a couple days. Beyond that point. All right, so this point is going to be me doing some big breathing exercise. at least 37 quick breaths using the mouth full time on this. Not much nose action. Except for that one. And then just gonna breathe. Then maybe stretch out a little bit, and then maybe have a final thought or two, whatever comes up to my mind. Nothing's planned. By the way, I'm gonna shoot for like 37 breaths. We'll see how that goes. A fun way to count your head if you're actually focusing on the counting. I definitely like the and one and two. So. That's the cool thing about that. You do, let's say, 37 breaths like that. On that final exhale, you can just leave it on that exhale and feel good. And that's what I did there. I don't know how long I was just sitting there. That's when my head kind of went down. You heard the exhale, or at least hopefully you heard the exhale. And then just that sense of peace. And I think a lot of people could use that little sense of peace. Gonna be getting further into the breathing exercises, definitely. There's something good there. There's something wonderful there. And one of these days I'm gonna find my jump rope and get back into JDS. Maybe there's something wonderful there, I'm not sure. Probably not nearly as powerful as the breath stuff. And the good stuff about the breath is you can't misplace your lungs. Well, I mean, if you're creative enough, you probably can. Or if you're in a bad enough situation, you might be able to misplace your lungs. But mostly, for the most part, pretty difficult to misplace your lungs. Not probably something you can bet on. So yeah, these are final thoughts on this. The workout is done. The music is going. Life is feeling pretty good. I think that was probably about an hour. Almost an hour there. So I wish you well. I wish myself well. I wish the world well. 4th of July coming up. 2 days. I have nothing spectacular planned. Just like the idea, the concept of it. A couple thoughts about countries, people. It's kind of weird, you know, that whole like people from different countries are different. Yeah, there's some truth there, I guess. You know, the way it just shows the way people have been brought up and whatnot. But I don't know if better countries create better people or anything like that, and I don't want to say that. I just think I've heard it before, and I'm like, I've met great people from horrible places. I haven't been to those places. I assume they're horrible based upon what I hear, but I don't know, no firsthand knowledge. And I don't know. The way I go with it is we're a lot more same than we are different. I don't know. I just finished a book today. Weird in a sci-fi book. There was redemption and forgiveness in this book. It was huge theme in this book. The third book in the Expanse series, sci-fi stuff, by an author. I'm pretty sure it's a pseudonym. James S.A. Covey. And it's like the titles of the book are never really mentioned in the book. The series, The Expanse, it's never really mentioned in there. You know, the one book is called Caladan's War, or Caliban, and it's just like, I never heard I can't remember where the word Caliban came from. Or okay, maybe, alright, maybe it's the one political leader, but she went by Avasira most of the time. But yeah, good books. My dad totally thought I read them last week, or the week before. He was listening to them on an audiobook, and I was like, wow, what's that? And he's like, oh, it's great. It's the series that's kind of like this other series that we saw a movie on. And I'm like, oh, wow. Well, now the weird thing is I keep on seeing the captain. The captain name's Holden. And I keep seeing the captain as the character from, like, very similar to the series he talked about before, that, like, series of sci-fi television shows that had a movie on it eventually. Anyhow, that was a good series too, but this is different. But they have that similar, what they would call space opera genre, where, you know, characters go their separate ways and do different things and get back together, and a huge sense of camaraderie. I don't know, it's a good series. Just finished the third book today. Starting book, if you look on the internet, there's like a little novella in between books 3 and 4. Started that a little bit. On my to-read list, it looks like I read the book in one day, but nah, on the first, I was almost done. I did a little reading over the weekend, and I was almost done with the first book, and then, like, started up Monday morning, audiobook, you know, driving and stuff, finished the tail end of it, started the second one, all throughout work, just nothing but that second book. And then a little bit at home, a little bit before going to bed, and then today finishing it. So it's looked like, you know, day 2, day 1, book 1 done, day 2, book 2 done. Yeah. Actually, I did finish the third book today. I didn't start the first book till last week sometime, so. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. There's some books I'm trying to read that I put on very fast for audiobook type things. There's some settings and some programs, especially if you get it for your phone, that you can speed it up like 3 times. And there's other ways to speed it up too, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, blur through it, and you think you're blowing through it, but you miss stuff. So you go back. I did that with, like, the Picture of Dorian Gray. I put that on freaking hyperspeed. I don't remember any of it, except for, oh, that was a cool phrase right in the beginning. Really cool, like, turns of phrases. These, I went through a few at normal speed, and it seems like I went through them a lot faster just because I was really taking them in. Well, it's going a little bit fast, and I had to retrace my steps on a few things, but still pretty good. Anyway, that's probably enough talking. Hey, what do you know? At the end of this, you got a random book recommendation. Not necessarily a recommendation. I do have to thank a guy the other day. He said I should really check out, I think it was The Bear and the Dragon, before the movie comes out. I guess there's a movie, Bear and Dragon movie comes out. Oh, it seems like that was a movie from a couple of years ago, though. I don't know. But that's on my to-read list, a bunch of other things. Later it shall B.